Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some more big news to talk about coming out of the LCS world. Team Liquid has been a really hot topic over the last couple of days. I guess it's only been a couple of days, but it feels like it's been a long time already. There's been so much stuff coming out. We're starting to theory craft and roster mania and do all this stuff. But man, it really does look and feel like TL is totally cleaning house after 2022, which just makes me continue to wonder how many more moves are going to keep coming out, who is going to be safe. One interesting thing that I did know at the LCS finals in Chicago, TL did have a booth set up, and I don't know, make of it what you will, but the two players who were there at that booth were Bjergsen and Bwipo. There was no Hans, there was no CoreJJ, there was no Santorin. Now, hey, there could be a million different reasons why players were or weren't there or whatever, but all I'm saying is not Hans Sama, but Bjergsen and Bwipo were there, and so far the reports that we've heard is that, hey, probably Hans Sama's out, probably CoreJJ is out, so we're already starting to whittle that down. But another report we have coming out today is from LEC Wooloo, and he tweeted out this. We actually have a couple of different coaching things to talk about too. I want to talk about an LEC story as well, but first this one. LEC Wooloo tweeted out sources: Team Liquid LCS team are parting ways with their coaching staff. Now, yes, there is no picture or anything like that going on here. Maybe that's why this tweet did not perform as well. He says his Twitter thumbnails are bugged. But yes, Team Liquid parting ways with their coaching staff. Here's his article. Next year, they will bring an entirely new Team Liquid. Team Liquid are going to replace their entire coaching staff going into next year. Sources told Upcomer on Wednesday. The organization will look at replacements to field a new staff for the League of Legends, the LCS team in 2023. Changes for next year include the coaching staff. Gil Hoto, who has worked with the organization for a year, will be a part of those changes. And then Cold will also need to find a new home. Cold has filled an assistant coaching position for Liquid for the past 2 years. I think Cold was actually the head coach of Liquid for a little bit too, while the Jat stuff was going on. So Cold seemed like a guy that Team Liquid was really high on and was really looking towards building towards the future. And Gil Hoto was a very well-respected name coming up, especially around the LCS. I know he had a year with Immortals, or I don't know exactly his whole story, but I know he had a year with Immortals where a lot of people were impressed. A lot of people had heard good things about him. A lot of people thought he was doing well. That's how he even ended up on Team Liquid in the first place. And then just after one single year, Gil Hoto's gone, and now Cold is gone as well. I do think this is very crazy. But again, it really does to me show that TL is totally washing their hands of whatever the heck the 2022 season was. They spent a ton of money. Probably gave Gil Hoto a pretty penny. Cold was probably making some decent money. The whole roster we know is making good money. And we really are being ushered into the new era for Team Liquid. Now, I do think that Gil Hoto and Cold are going to be okay. I don't know where they're going to end up. Obviously, a lot of people are expecting the TSM team to kind of be looking for a brand new coaching staff. Maybe that could be a landing spot for Gil Hoto, Cold, or maybe both of them. Chowie's not likely to return. We heard Kaze is already leaving as well. So it will be very interesting to see where these guys end up. Again, I do think Gil Hoto and Cold are both very well respected, good names. Yes, it did not work out well for Team Liquid, but was it necessarily a coaching fault? I don't know. I mean, do I think the coaching was amazing for Team Liquid this year? Probably not, but I also think it probably is very difficult to coach a team of a world champion, a world finalist, maybe one of the best LCS players of all time. You still have Santorin, you still have Hans Sama. Like, these guys are all accomplished. There's not really any coaching them at this point in their career. Yes, you can help them try to build synergy or chemistry or game plans or drafts or play together. Like, yeah, a lot of that stuff should go on. A lot of that stuff you expect of the head coach. And a lot of that stuff didn't go well this year, but that doesn't mean that Gil Hoto can't be successful somewhere else with a different group of players, or that it doesn't mean that a different coach could have made this year work for Team Liquid either. Like, it could just be the fact that the team didn't do great. But we will see. If Gil Hoto goes somewhere else and he does well, if Cold does somewhere else and they do well, great for them. But if they continue to struggle elsewhere, then that will be a big issue. But yes, TL making some big changes. They are kind of the only team that's really putting out too much news yet. So I do at least appreciate that they are getting out in front of the offseason and really starting to get some stuff going. Yes, we've heard a couple stories from TSM too, but I guess those are really the only two teams that are really getting rolling at this point. But it is very exciting. But But yeah, we've heard that Hansama, Core JJ, Gilhoto, Cold all probably gone, and we'll have to see what happens for them. As far as the new coaching staff for Team Liquid, I don't know who that's going to be either. It is always very, very hard for me to decide, who I think good coaches or possible coaching candidates or whatever are, and it never really seems to me like there's any players out there that really stand out as making a ton of sense. Obviously, a big thing to do right now is like bringing up academy players or former academy players or former pro players or whatever to be coaches, but who is that going to be for Team Liquid? Who's going to step up and fill his position? Obviously, a lot of people are going to throw around the name of Kaze since he is now available, since he's left TSM, but Kaze isn't going to come in and be a head coach. He might be an assistant coach, he might be some kind of scout or something like that, and yeah, he could end up at Team Liquid, but it sounds like he's going to be talking to some other teams as well. Kaze is going to be a hot commodity. I don't know. Other than Kaze, who are the other names out there even going to be? And Nero is always a guy who gets thrown around, but it seems like he's trying to get into more of a general managing or executive role or something like that. I really don't know. It's going to be very, very spicy and interesting to find out, especially when Team Liquid is definitely not going to be the only team in the LCS or the world that's going to be looking for a new coaching staff. But yes, TL making a ton of changes. Steve, he was not messing around. He told us the 2023 TL team was going to be different, and man, it is looking like that. We also have another big story. This is coming out from Alejandro Gomis, who says, sources, Striker will no longer be the head coach of K-Corp in 2023. He will not be the coach either at the Academy or at the LEC if K-Corp get the spot. This is a little bit interesting and spicy to me as well. K-Corp really turning their backs and making changes on the players and coaches that have got them this far. Again, so far this week, we've heard that K-Corp is likely to be moving on from Reckless. They're trying to, he's available to search out for LEC opportunities as they're looking to bring in Hansama. And then K-Corp is, they're not riding with Striker. Now, hey, maybe they don't think Striker's that amazing of a coach. Obviously, the team, even though they won the title in spring, they weren't the best team in the LFL during the regular season or playoffs. Yes, they went on a crazy run, but outside of that crazy run during EU Masters, they weren't that amazing of a team at any point in the spring or summer split. They don't even make it to EU Masters in summer. I'm a little bit surprised that they don't hang on to Striker as like the academy coach or an assistant coach at the LCS or something like that. But yeah, K-Corp making a lot of big changes as well. They're apparently, even if they make it to the LCS, they're not going to be bringing Striker or Reckless along with them. So man, lots of big changes going out there. And then this is yet again another team that's going to be looking for a head coach. So we know coaches are really, really hard to evaluate. They're also really hard to come by. The scene is so young that a lot of players, a lot of the best players and the best minds and best talent still haven't gotten a chance to mature as coaches or even become coaches or anything like that yet. So there's a lot of coaching positions and not a lot of good candidates to fill those roles. I think Kadril is also going to be another name that gets thrown around a lot. I think Kadril could actually be a very, very interesting head coaching candidate for a team like K-Corp. Other than that, I don't really think too many people are coming to mind right off the bat. I know Xsmithy's a guy who's like coaching an academy for TSM. He could maybe be somebody that Team Liquid looks at. Obviously Xsmithy played for Team Liquid before, trying to bring him back. I don't really know, but man, off season is heating up. This is a fun time. It's very, very exciting. There is so much stuff to talk about, there's so many videos to make, so many things I want to get out, so many things I want to share my thoughts and opinions on, but we got to start somewhere. These are the stories I want to talk about today, but there will definitely be a ton more stories coming very, very soon. There's already so many things I want to talk about, and there's going to be new tweets, new reports, new stories. I'm going to be doing my best to get some news out as well. And this is the place to be if you guys want to stay up to date on all of the League of Legends esports news throughout, playoffs, world, offseason, all of that stuff. So definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this. I'd appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked about in this video today. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace. Thank you, Kevin Wilt.